Hey, welcome back to the show. Today is July 17th, 2018. Sorry about last week. News, I wore no suit. It was extremely hot. Today it's much cooler, so suit again. It's very serious this week. There's a lot of important information and very interesting information in this week's news. We're going to start with the biggest announcement so far, even though there's a few good ones, I think. And it's going to be a Safe Pack film is back. As we all know, the campaign run by Florian Kaps kind of went down to nothing after he tried to convince Fujifilm to sell him the patents or the machinery or something from the FP100C they discontinued, but there was no luck. Then there was going to be a team with the new 55 guys, and that kind of just fell off. And now, out of the blue, we've got an update from Florian Kaps saying they put together a dream team with a Kickstarter in mind to try to produce pack film again. So those of you who have Polaroid 180s, Polaroid land cameras, backs for your medium format camera, or for large format cameras, we are in luck. Don't give them away yet. They have started off giving a few names of the people that are going to be part of the team. They have started off with a little store that sells remaining FP film. The price is not the cheapest, but it is for a good cause. They're selling it for around 47 euros per pack. Here in Europe, just in case you were thinking about how expensive it is, it used to sell for 35 at the very end of it when it just ran dry. So it's 12 euros more, but 10 euros they say is going straight to the project. So honestly, if you really want to shoot pack film and you want to support them, it's a good way to do it. They're going to start a Kickstarter in 60-something days, so we'll all be eager to hear what it's all about. But yeah, pack film is still not all the way dead. In other news, we have a Kickstarter that has started shipping, and it's the Jollylook. If you don't remember, the Jollylook was a very inexpensive cardboard, recycled paper, instant camera that would shoot Instax film. It had like a meniscus lens, and it was kind of like very old style, kind of one of those folder cameras and stuff. Well, supposedly it had a bunch of problems during production. They've had to start selling cameras on retailers before shipping all the perks. Some people have not liked this. I honestly understand that it can be the only way to get some income and continue with the project. They've had so many downs and falls and fails that they've had to put money from their own pocket to continue the campaign, which was actually very successful. So hopefully the cameras will be working, which I've heard some of them are not working, and everything will come back to a good ending with the Jollylook. It was a good project. It's a fun camera, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. From Photographer, I found a do-it-yourself kind of automated developing system. It looks like a Jobo that exploded, basically. It's called the Developist. I'll leave the link to his website, to his YouTube channel to build it yourself. It has all kinds of buttons and little computers and a little screen so you know what's happening, but it's made to develop C41, probably E6 in black and white. So if you're one of those do-it-yourself kind of people and want to have something fun to do, you got a summer project with a Developist. From Adox, we have good news. The CHS II has done a test trial coating, and they even posted a picture on their website of that first 4x5 film they cut through it. So yeah, soon we will see more. They said they would be running more master rolls very soon. So if you're one of those that enjoyed Adox CHS II, we will see it in the market soon. From Adox, we also have a video of their Snap-on filter. I've been talking about those Snap-on filters for a while. They are using their facility at the old Ilford, Switzerland to coat these colored filters for basically any lens. But the thing is, these lenses, filters, are not screws. They're like a star cutout. So what you do is you pressure push it into your filter where the filter should go, and you can use it for any camera. Good thing about it is it will work with lenses that have a screw that's being bashed. So if you have a filter mount that's dinged or pushed or broken, you can still put on that push on. It's fairly inexpensive, so you can have a few just in case for different filter sizes, as many of us do. So yeah, there's a video that came out on YouTube. I'll link it below. so you can see kind of how it works, but it's very simple. You just push it in and then it has a little tab that you pull to pull it out. So yeah, if you're one of those that thinks it's a good idea, you can check it out. Then we have Ferrania. Okay, so Ferrania had a conversation. Dave Bias from Ferrania had a conversation for 2 hours last Friday with me. We talked all about things that have been happening with Ferrania, the future of Ferrania, the past of Ferrania, what happened with the investor run, and all these things. As far as disclosing what we talked about, I think it actually wouldn't be able to say it, even though I'd be happy to say it. But I do have updates that you can read. You have one update on their Ferrania.it or Ferrania filmferrania.it for Italy news, telling you that things are going forward, that they've had to be out of the factory till basically the end of this week, that they're managed to now hopefully have sourced all the products to keep production continuously, to do all the finishing of the film in the factory. So all those are good news. I actually thought they were calling, we were going to have a call to say they were down under because they had been so quiet, which is scary from a project like Ferrania's. But happily, there is good news. For those who backed the project on Kickstarter, you can read a backer-only update, which I can't get to because I didn't back the project, which probably gives you more information than what I can disclose. So if you're one of those that did and haven't watched because you're kind of bored of Ferrania not doing anything, I suggest you read it. There's good news. And by September-ish, there'll be greater news, probably more October. But yeah, so far Ferrania looking good, and happily for the film community, they're continuing. Another big update, and it doesn't look like a big update, but to me it does feel like one, is from Reflex. And Reflex camera is that project that came out with the new film camera in I don't know how many years, without considering the lomography and stuff like that. Just like a Reflex camera kind of first model in forever. And their campaign is going forward. They said that they were going to be delivering August. They've said now that it's looking like the end of the year. They'll probably have a few working prototypes at Photokina, if not announced the camera is finished by Photokina, which is in September. But there's a few other updates in that little thing, Kickstarter update, and is that they're going to do a Reflex ecosystem. And by this, they mean they're going to be working, or they are working, I can't say because I don't know, on a film scanner, an updated film scanner, which we all could do. We all love the Pacon from Kodak, or the Frontier from Fuji, or the Noritsus, or the Epsons, but they all feel dated. Yeah, the Epsons are pretty recent, but they're still just as good or as bad as they were 10 years ago. They're working on a processor, so film processing at home, fairly inexpensively. They said there's been a ton of improvements in a lot of the things that go into a film processor since the 90s, and hopefully we'll see something. They said the price range for the film processor is going to be around $500, so that's fairly inexpensive to the other options in the market. So yeah, Reflex update has a lot of big news. Also, lenses coming for Reflex camera on other mounts. So yeah, it's a pretty big update if you think that that's going to be the ecosystem, that they're going to bring these products. They're all brand new, no rebranded Kodak kind of move or Polaroid old school kind of move. This is all original new products that they're working on. Also from Chroma, we have an update saying they're already building the first 000 camera series. So that means that's the first camera from their new run, the run, and they'll be soon to be delivered to backers. Then from Cinestill, we have not actually really news, but I think it's interesting to see. As I said before, Cinestill came out with the DF96 Monobath, and Monobath seems to be coming back. We've seen a lot of brands come back with Monobaths nowadays. A lot of people don't think it makes any sense because film, you can develop, stop, and fix at home really easily. Monobaths, why do you would want to use one? First of all, Cinestill's dropped 2 articles on their website, which I'll put the link below. One is developing and shooting and developing 16 different black and white emulsions in the same chemistry, which is very interesting. Another one is comparing it to traditional developers. They do it against Kodak HC110, D76, and others. So if you're one of those that's fairly, not sure about the Monobath, that will be a great article to see. I myself got some Cinestill DF96 from Cinestill, so thank you for Cinestill. And I'll be shooting some 8x10 and comparing to my developer and printing properly, because I like printing to compare results. Scanning to me just looks like a process I can't control. So soon you'll see that video coming out. So yeah, if you want to see more about Cinestill Monobath, go to their website, blog, news. The other day through, I think it was Instagram, one of the viewers sent me information about a new product. And this website is called Bounet Photo. And this man's been making 3D printing, a developing machine, like a little processor and film clips and stuff like that. But he's working on 4x5 reel to develop 4x5 in Patterson tanks. So we all know you got Mod 54, you have the Stearman Press, which I have information also below, and the Jobos and other things. Well, the guy that sent it to me and actually told me about it says that it's been the best, the easiest to load, the most consistency results and stuff. So it's going to be 3D printed. I don't know if it's going to be open source or he's going to be selling it in their website because he does sell the film processor for a very inexpensive price. But yeah, if you're interested in this, I left the link below so you can keep track. I'll put pictures of the product, which are snapshots from Instagram stories. But yeah, I'll tell you more about it as soon as I know. We also have news from Stearman Press, which they have been thinking and designing the SP445 Smart Lid, which is going to have a lid with programmable times and a little, I think, sensor for temperature. So if you're one of those that likes having everything in the tank, it's going to be very interesting to see if this comes, you know, to the market. Also from Rezivot, which there's been no update since they did their Kickstarter campaign to do Instax back for medium format cameras. They've been leaking pictures of the finished product of Instax Square shots with some sort of camera. It does leave a very slight crop inside the Instax Square. So I'm guessing it's a 6x6 camera, something like the Hasselblad, which gives a 56x56. So yeah, it looks like the product's coming soon. I'll give you more information as soon as I have it. And last, something I saw actually just right now is the standard 4x5 lightweight 4x5. So I said 4x5 twice. So it's a 3D printed large format camera. It's a monorail 4x5. It's a Kickstarter. It's extremely lightweight, very inexpensive too, in the same sort of Intrepid campaign. But it's basically a monorail, so you have both standards are freely. It has all the movements you would think of on a monorail, and it's on Kickstarter right now. It's going for, I think, like $15,000, maybe a little less. It's already a third backed, so if you're interested in something different and backing a project like this, bear in mind some of the components are metallic, some of the components are 3D printed. I'm a big fan of 3D printed stuff. I've held in my hand some really quality products made with 3D printed material. But if you're one of those that doesn't believe it, you can check the website, you can check the video. It looks pretty good and fairly inexpensive and lightweight. So maybe something you want to take out in the field that you don't mind breaking because it's very inexpensive, you can take this camera. And also last, which I also just saw, Intrepid is preparing their Enlarger Kickstarter campaign. They've been leaking images on their Instagram stories. So the Enlarger is coming very soon. They're just recording the clip for Kickstarter. So yeah, that's all for this week. As always, remember that if you have any information, you can send it to the email below. Thanks for watching. See you next week.